أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم अस्सलाम वालेकुम वीवर मैं माफी चाहता हूं मेरे स्कूल इस्लामाबाद बारक हो कैंपस में फाउंडेशन लैब का स्टूडेंट एक वो वीडियो जैसे कि आप जानते हैं तब भी आते हैं मैं के साथ आते हैं और आज भी मैं के साथ आए तो शुरू करते हैं पूरी कौन सी ये पूरी है 42 मिनट्स की है 42 मिनट्स की 9 मिनट्स की सेकंड की नहीं ये 3 सेकंड है ऐसे चेक कर वही तो फिर यार एक हेलो मैं तो मिनट की लगा भाई ऐसा थोड़ी क्या 2 मिनट की ये 2 मिनट की लगा थी my first question is what are micro habits?
What were you actually trying to say there?
My first question is what are micro habits?
Micro habits are like the tiny version of goals, ridiculously small changes you can make without much effort. Think brushing one extra tooth or doing one push-up when you wake up. Why are you asking about that?
Okay, my next question is why
I'm not
are
sure I caught that clearly. Did you say, is it you or something else? What were you trying to ask?
Okay, my next question is why are micro habits effective?
I think I missed what you were asking about. You said micro versus received. I'm not quite following what you mean with that phrasing. Could you try saying it again or maybe explain what you're curious about in a different way? Gracias a ti. Are you switching languages there? Maybe we're having a bit of a communication issue here. Is there something specific you were hoping to discuss?
Okay, my next question.
I'm hearing a lot of es que there. Sounds like you're asking something. Can you try rephrasing in English? Or if you're wanting to switch to Spanish, I can switch languages too. Do you want to talk in Spanish instead? I want that. You want to switch to Spanish? All right, let's try that. ¿Qué quieres saber sobre microhábitos?
Okay,
¿Entendiste todo bien? Parece que hay algunas cosas que no quedó claras lo que deciste. ¿Puedes repetirlo? Joas, ¿algo de qué quieres hablar? ¿O me estabas diciendo adiós? Is this a big one? I'm not quite catching what you're getting at with big one. Hello there. Is the connection clearer now?
Okay, my next question is how are micro habits
Sounds like you're-
how are micro habits different for big model goals?
I think I'm finally getting the gist. You're asking how micro habits compare to bigger goals. That makes much more sense.
Okay.
So, big goals are like climbing a mountain. Seems daunting, right? Micro habits are more like taking one step at a time. They are so small you can actually stick to them every single day. What are you hoping to achieve with these habits?
My next question is can micro habits change your life? How?
That's actually a really good question. Can small habits really make a difference? Here's what I think. It's about starting tiny, like ridiculously tiny. What if you just read one page of a book a day? One push-up? You probably won't even notice it at first. That's the point. Make it so easy you can't say no.
Okay, my next question is what is an example of simply micro habit?
I think I might have misunderstood. Was that supposed to be micro habit at the end there?
Yes.
¿Quieres que sigamos en español?
My question is what is an example of a simply micro habit?
A simple micro habit could be flossing one tooth every night. Just one. It feels absurdly easy, so you'll actually do it. Then, next week, maybe 2 teeth, and so on. Make sense?
Okay, my next question is how long does
The
it
secret
take?
sauce is that it's so small, there's no real reason not to. And over time, those tiny habits build momentum and make way for bigger changes without all the mental struggle.
Okay, my next question is how long does it take to build a micro habit?
How long does it take to build the habit itself? I mean, Most experts say around 66 days to truly stick. But with micro habits, it feels a lot faster because you're building it so gradually.
Okay, my next question is why is consistency
Okay, my next question
important
is quote, you're a
important
consistency is
in
everything with micro
important
habits.
in micro
If you do
habits?
something small every single day, that builds real staying power because you're training your brain that this small change is just normal, part of the routine.
Okay, my next question is how can micro habit improve
Plus, building them
productivity?
because they are and sustainable, you won't drop them like you might with grand resolutions.
My next question is
That
how
makes
can
sense.
micro
I
habit
think there might
improve?
be something off with what you were saying there. The transcription is messy. Could you try that question again?
My question is how can
Something
micro
about
habit
improving
how
productivity.
how can micro habit improve
What was your question there?
productivity?
I'm a bit fuzzy on what you asked about. Could you try again?
My question is how can micro habit improve productivity?
Productivity or activity? Your activity? Got it. That's actually a smart connection to make.
Productivity.
Because when you build small habits like checking your calendar for 5 seconds each morning or reading one paragraph of work related material, those add up to actually streamlining and improving what you do each day.
Okay, my next question is
It's
what
like
role
tiny
does
improvements build. Can you help me out with that one? I couldn't quite get what you were trying to ask. Can you try again?
okay, my next question is what role does discipline play in micro habits?
Discipline plays a huge role, actually. Building discipline is probably the whole point of micro habits in the first place. Start small, make it automatic, and those little wins build confidence and make tackling bigger things way easier. Does that click with what you're thinking?
Okay, my next question is
All right,
can
catching you at just the right moment there, ready to wrap things up for now.
my next question is can micro habits reduce stress?
Can micro habits reduce stress? Yes, absolutely, they can. When you break goals down into ridiculously small steps, you take the pressure off yourself. No overwhelm, just tiny achievable wins. Those tiny wins actually release dopamine too. Instant mood boost.
Okay, my next question is how can micro habits help in self
I think
improvement?
might be thinking of some ways they work together.
My question is how can micro habit help in self important improvement?
Yes, micro habits are literally designed to help with self improvement. They lower resistance. You don't have to summon willpower for huge changes because the steps are small. It's just natural. Like you want to be more mindful? Instead of meditating for 30 minutes, start with one conscious breath. One. That's it. What do you want to improve about yourself?
My next question is what are some micro habits for students?
I'm hearing to my next question world for some micro habit participants. Is that about how micro habits work with groups or communities?
Okay, my next question is how can micro habits improve focus?
Um, I think you might have said you want to improve focus with micro habits, right? Okay. And where were we on focus?
My next question is what are
Yes.
what are daily micro habits for
Daily micro habits are the routines you stick with every single day. Like 1 minute of stretching when you wake up, drinking a glass of water before coffee, or doing one flashcard when you're waiting for your coffee to brew. Those small things that become part of your usual rhythm.
Okay, my next question is how can micro habit help build confidence?
How can micro habits help? Basically, everything: building confidence, reducing
How
procrastination, and helping you stick to bigger habits. What area are you thinking about when you ask about help? You're welcome. Anything else I can help with before you go?
Okay, my next question is what micro habits improve learning skills?
Take your time, no rush.
My next question is
That's
what micro
a
habits
lovely thought.
improve
You
learning
think
skills?
I can assure you I don't have a color. But thank you for thinking about me and wanting to know if I'm doing all right. What were we talking about before you sent that? Thank you. Can we wrap that up for you?
Okay, my
I
next
just want to.
question.
I'm honestly not sure as what you're asking there. Sounds like some of the transcription might be off. Do you want to try that question again? Or maybe we can chat about something else if that's getting frustrating.
My next question is what are morning micro habits?
I'm not quite sure what you meant there. Marting micro habits? Did you mean something different? All right, can you try asking that again? Just the basic question without all the extra parts will work. Maybe just one at a time.
Okay, my next question.
Hearing some weird transcription issues. Can you say it more slowly or maybe type it out if you'd prefer?
Okay, my next question is
Um, I want to make sure I get your question.
what are night micro habits?
Night micro habits are just small, tiny routines you build right before bed, like reading one page or a minute of stretching. They help you wind down without a big commitment. Very simple and easy to stick with.
Okay. तो विवर ये थी आज की हमारी मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको पसंद आई होगी तो मिलते हैं कितने में के साथ तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़ पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद रियाज जिंदाबाद